we are talking about how to stop wasting your time. And there are so many people out there that are complaining that there aren't enough hours in the day. Or maybe you've heard someone say, oh, I would love to get in shape. I would love to start my own business if only I had the time, but I just don't have the time because I'm a victim, you know. Life happened to me and now I can't do what I was going to do. So now I'm just going to tell everyone that I am going to do it someday when I have the time. You're never going to do it. The reason you don't have the time is because you're wasting all of your damn time. Most of us out there, if we work a job, we work 8 hours a day, that leaves us with 16 hours of open time. And there are some things we have to do. We have to clean our houses and prepare meals, but does that really take 16 hours? Many of us go to the gym. What is it that you're doing with your time? If you're ready to get serious with your life, if you're ready to actually accomplish something with your life, and not just be somebody who's out there playing the victim and saying, I don't have the time to do this. I would love to be in shape, but I just can't because I don't have the time. These are excuses, and you're just telling yourself you don't have the time because there's a deeper issue there that you don't want to face. But that's not the point of this video. I guess that's another video for another day, is talking about excuses. But I was there for a while, guys. I spent a long time making excuses for myself and saying all the things I would love to do if only I had the time. Well, you're going to find the damn time today. We're going to find the time for you. I'm going to show you where your time is going based on statistics here, okay? First thing I want to ask you right now, are you any of the following? Are you stressed? Are you anxious? Are you overwhelmed? Are you missing deadlines? Are you late, or do you simply feel like you are stuck in life? If you're any of these things that I listed, then you are wasting your time. You are spending too much time doing things you shouldn't be doing because nobody should be feeling overwhelmed or stuck because they have no time. You can find the time, okay? So most of us are blind to our own time-wasting habits. This is the unfortunate truth, but this is why many people hire mentors and life coaches, because they look at your life from a different perspective and they ask you a simple question, which is on my list here: why do you do what you do? Why are you doing what you're doing? Because the unfortunate truth is many of us form habits, and habits are hard to break, and habits are very comfortable. So here's the basic model of what tends to happen. And the only reason I'm saying this is because this happened to me. Most of us are working a job. Some of us are happy with the job we have. Some of us are not happy with the job we have. If you're not happy with the job you have, you start doing things to distract yourself. Maybe you're not very busy at work. This was my problem. I wasn't very busy at my job. So as a result, I started doing things to pass the time. Maybe it's conversations. Maybe it's games on my phone. Whatever it is, you establish a habit, and it's a bad habit that you need to break. Or maybe you're someone who goes home and you just had a bad day, and so you crack open a beer at 6 o'clock and you sit down in front of your TV and you don't move until you go to bed, okay? And that may be the same person they're saying they would love to be in shape, but they just don't have the time because they want to spend 5 hours a day or 4 hours a day sitting and drinking beer and watching other people doing the things they wish they could do. Here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to be brutally honest with yourself, or talk to someone else about the ways you're wasting your time. Talk to your friends, talk to your family. Say, look, I'm seriously trying to audit myself here. I understand that I'm most likely blind to my own time-wasting habits. What is it that you see me doing that I shouldn't be doing? What am I wasting my time on? If you want to audit your time, I recommend going 3 days. Taking 3 days, get a journal, write down everything you do during the day. Write down the amount of time you spend doing it, and then sit down and look at it, and I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions about everything you're doing in life. Number 1, is this activity contributing to your success in life? Number 2 being, is this activity contributing to your health or your happiness? And number 3, why is it that you are doing what you are doing? Why do you do what you do? Maybe you're someone who spends 30 minutes in the morning drinking coffee and watching the news. Why do you do what you do? Is that making you more successful in life? Is that making you a happier person? Why are you doing it then? That's what I want you to ask yourself. But here are the 3 places that most of us are wasting the largest amounts of our time. Number 1, in my opinion, is sleep, and this is something that I had to deal with myself. When I first got out of my job and I was kind of establishing a routine for myself, I was sleeping too much, and I didn't want to admit it because, like I said, most of us are blind to our own time-wasting habits. Many people sleep 10 to 12 hours a night, and the average adult needs 7. So this is actually something I heard. It was a interview with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was talking about how he had someone talk about how, oh, you know, Arnold, I know you say you sleep 6 hours a night, but I like to sleep 8. And he simply said, you need to sleep faster. I want you guys to think about that, okay? So if you're serious about finding more time in the day, you want to start sleeping 7 hours a night. Unless you have some reason due to your health that you need to sleep more, the average adult needs 7 hours of sleep, guys. So 7 to 8 is the range, but I think 7 is plenty for most of us. So if you're sleeping 12 hours a night, if you're sleeping 10 hours a night, you're wasting a lot of your time, okay? All right, so next is apps. This is a huge one, guys, the apps. So many people are wasting time on apps. Whether it's your social media apps, your gaming apps. For me, this was Clash of Clans. Like I said, I developed all these bad habits because I was trying to fill my time. And many of these carried over into my new life when I decided to become a full-time entrepreneur. I was still sitting down and opening up my phone and playing games. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing with your life? Why are you doing what you do? Is Clash of Clans really contributing to my success in life or my happiness? Absolutely not. It's merely a distraction. So that was a tough one for me to get past, but I had to get rid of my Clash of Clans account. News apps. If you're sitting there reading news articles or reading BuzzFeed articles, you're going on Snapchat reading through the stories. Why are you doing what you do? How is that helping you move forward in life? How is that improving your happiness? How is that making you a more successful person? So if you're somebody who says, oh, I think I use my phone for about an hour a day, it's time to be really honest with yourself and get the facts, okay, and collect the data. And maybe then you'll see, wow, I'm actually on my phone 3 hours a day, and I open my email 37 times a day. What is so important that's going to be sent to you that you can't look at it a couple hours later or check your email 2 or 3 times a day instead of 37 times a day? And the third thing, guys, is the media consumption. People waste so much time consuming media. I think most people out there, if you want to be successful in life, the first thing you need to do is throw your television in the garbage, or even better, sell it, okay? Sell it to some loser who wants to spend their life in front of a screen. Get rid of your television, cancel your cable, cancel your Netflix, and consume educational content. Those of you watching this video on YouTube, you are consuming educational content, okay? That's the kind of stuff I put out on this channel. And I really do think that things like this, if they do hit home for you, these are things that will help you improve your life and contribute to your success. So I do hope that this is something that meets the criteria of my checklist here with things you're doing with your time. I watch a lot of educational content on YouTube. I watch many hours a day. But I don't watch the junk, you know. I know for a while I got tied up with the Jake Paul and the Logan Paul videos, and I got to the point where I was tracking them both and watching them both every day because it was you're so curious about what they're doing, and it's like the modern day soap opera. But eventually I'm like, between these two videos, that's like 40 minutes, if not an hour a day, depending on the length. Why am I doing this? You know, that's a whole hour of my day that I should be doing something else. So you got to be brutally honest with yourself about what you're doing. So how much time can you really save by looking at these 3 things? Well, first of all, so let's say you're somebody who is sleeping 12 hours a night, okay? You decide that you're going to sleep 8 hours a night, okay? That right there is 4 hours of time you just saved, 4 hours a day. The average person, the average American spends 2 hours and 51 minutes on their phone each day. And the average person, this one blew my mind, and I actually checked this on multiple sources because this was so shocking to me. The average American spends 5 hours and 4 minutes a day watching television. 5 hours and 4 minutes a day. But these 3 things combined are an average waste of time of 11 hours and 55 minutes. Now, last time I checked, guys, we have 24 hours in a day. Many of us work 8 hours a day. Some of us are spending almost 12 hours on these 3 things alone. So you wonder why you're not accomplishing what you want to accomplish in life. You wonder why you're stressed, anxious, overwhelmed, missing deadlines, late, or feeling stuck in life. Here's the answer, guys. Be brutally honest about what you're doing with your time, audit your time, and waste less of your time. That's all I got for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please drop a like. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing to be notified of any future uploads. And as always, I thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you start wasting less of your time.